For us, making the Time record was kind of a return to our roots. We had, with the first album, we had been doing a lot of those songs for a long time. They were very acoustic oriented, with a little bit of southern rock kind of splashed in. And then with Conspiracy Number 5, we were trying so much to get away from that and do something different and more alternative. So with Time, we were like, let's be who we are. Let's musically try to be who we are at the heart of Third Day. And so I think the Time record really grabbed hold of that idea and that feeling. And we brought in a new producer, a guy named Monroe Jones, who is from Alabama, grew up in the South, and kind of really had a lot of the same musical influence that we do. And then we also had brought in a guy we had met on the road named Scotty Wilbanks, who was an amazing keyboard player and B3 player. And so he was a big part of that sound of having him play keys all over the record and piano. And we had not had much of that on any of our other records. And so that brought a big boost into it musically.
It's probably my favorite memory of making an album. It was a very sweet season working with Monroe and this guy, Jim Deneen, engineered, and just that team. There was just this camaraderie in the studio. I just remember feeling this, it just was a sweet thing, a really beautiful experience of working with these guys. And everybody was trying to like elevate one another to make it the best it could be, and it was just a super encouraging time for us. And then the songs, I mean, I just think some of my favorite songs that we've ever recorded are on that album.
Yeah, it was great working with Monroe. I mean, so many producers we've worked with, maybe not so many, but we've worked with a few who will try to intimidate you into a good performance, and sometimes it works, so props to them. But the thing about Monroe is he was just really all about creating this fun and comfortable environment for everybody. And so we, for the first time, set up just in a circle. Used to be this great studio in Atlanta called Southern Tracks. So we went down there and we set up just live like we were doing a concert. We were, at this point in time, we'd played hundreds of live shows. We'd only been in the studio like 2 times. So this was still like this new and kind of intimidating thing for us. So Monroe just tried to make it as comfortable as possible, and it just ended up just this energy that we have when we play live was able to translate into the recording. And so I think it's all of us as we look back to our albums, that's one that we're all really proud of. It stands tall with everything we've done.
Another thing about the Time album is that we had been around for a few years at that point, as far as people knowing who we are and having songs on the radio. And the first song from that record was actually kind of a slow song called I've Always Loved You. That was our first AC single, our first adult contemporary single. And so with that and Your Love, O Lord, and overall it's a very rock, kind of southern rock record. But with those 2 songs and maybe 1 or 2 others, I think it was the first time when we started kind of stretching out from being kind of this youth group band and the band that people's kids went to see, to start musically broadening our horizons musically a little bit and reaching people other than just youth group kids.
Yeah, I mean, Your Love, O Lord is like I said, it's been such a great song to be able to pull from and use in our set list, and to create sort of that worship moment, which we're a rock band, but we've always had those worship elements in the show. And so it was really cool to get to make a music video for that song. And so here it is, Your Love, O Lord.